Sometimes life happens, things get complicated, and you need to have access to cash real quick to take care of business, put food on the table for the children, or just take care of yourself, right? So in today's conversation, I want to share with you our top six no credit check loan apps that have got your back no matter what. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. Number six, we have Possible Finance. Our score 8.5 over 10. What we love about Possible Finance is that they're really fast, they're really flexible too, and they don't ask too many questions. Not trying to complicate, not trying to confuse you with a lot of questions. No, they don't do this. So Possible Finance features a payday loan alternative that lets you borrow up to $500 and repay in 4 equal installments over 8 months. So you will pay interest on the loan, but no late payment penalties exist. So each on-time payment will also help build your payment history and grant you access to the Possible card, because Possible Finance does have a card that's really fantastic. And so you just need to be responsible with your payment history to repay your debt on time, and everything should be fine. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. I really appreciate having you here. And so when we talk about Possible Finance, we're speaking about a lender, a no credit check loan app that is that has more pros than cons. What are the pros here? Possible Finance reports to Experian and TransUnion. So they don't report yet to Equifax, but they do report to Experian and TransUnion, which is really great anyway, because that means your transactional data, your great repayment history, will be reported to 2 out of 3 credit bureaus. So that's kind of cool. And you have an instant funding option. And what we love about Possible Finance is that they also have a generous grace period for late payment. So the thing is, listen, as I said before, life happens, you go through stuff, and if you need extra time to actually make payments, what we love here is that Possible Finance grants you that extra time. That's what I was just talking about earlier when I mentioned flexibility. So this is kind of cool. But overall, you can actually borrow up to $500, okay? And you can repay in 4 equal installments over 8 months. What about the cons? They do have hefty interest rates. So the interest rates actually vary based on the state you're applying from, but they're really hefty. So it is what it is. For 5, we have MoneyLion. Our score 8.9 over 10. So when you think about MoneyLion, I want you to think about a no credit check loan app that actually is not only flexible, they are fast too. Okay, so they actually provide an all-in-one mobile banking experience, which includes access to interest-free quick advances of up to $500. And the cool thing here is that applying with MoneyLion or with Possible Finance will not hurt your credit score because there is no credit check. And if approved, you could get funds in as soon as 12 hours. 12 hours, think about that, boss. So let's say you need cash right now and you just apply, like today, like it's 8 a.m. Eastern, right? You just need some cash right now and you apply. You can get your cash by 8 p.m. Eastern. That's just fantastic. By the way, I want to quickly remind you, boss, of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top 6 no credit check loan apps that have got your back no matter what. So when we think about MoneyLion, you have, let's talk about the pros and cons. Here are the pros. No minimum credit score requirements. That means that if you have collections on your credit report, if you have some charge-offs, if you have some issues, if you have, like, by the way, even if you have some check systems filed because of your banking history, MoneyLion doesn't care about that. Okay, they don't care about that. They just look at your inflows and outflows. If you have a bank with them, this is just fantastic. Okay, so if you have a bank account with them, not a bank with them, you have a bank account with them, they will just appreciate that, and they will just get you the cash with no problem, no credit score check. Okay, and there are no interest or fees either. This is kind of cool. Now, so those were the pros. What about the cons? Now, as a borrower, if you want to get access to MoneyLion's product and services, you need to provide access to your bank account. So if you don't have a bank account, you cannot use MoneyLion services. You got to have a bank account either with them, with MoneyLion itself, or you can have access to what you have to give them. They have to link their system to your bank account, because they want to see your inflows and outflows. They want to see how much you're making every month. They want to see all those things. So it's really important to make sure, again, if you want to go with MoneyLion, that you have a bank account right now. Another con that we don't like, another detriment, is that fee applies for instant delivery. If you want to have the cash real quick, they will charge you for it. Number 4, we have here Dave. Our score 9/10. So one thing we love about Dave here is that not only are they flexible, but they're also fast, but most importantly, they have a customer service that responds quickly. Okay. And you can access far more with Dave than you will find with many other money borrowing apps. As a borrower, you can qualify for up to $500 with the extra cash feature that deposits funds directly onto the Dave debit MasterCard. It's quick and easy to apply. And the cool thing, what we have found in our research, is that you will not pay interest on the loan. Think about it. That's really cool. Plus, there are no late fees with Dave. Credit builder loans are also available if you want to borrow even more money while improving your credit health. So what Dave does here is that Dave allows you to improve your overall credit situation. I said they give you the cash anyway, so you can take care of business real quick, because this is an emergency, right? So if you are thinking about no credit check loan apps, it's an emergency. You get your cash real fast, but they will help you with the long run also, okay, to sort of have a better vision for your credit future, because you have the portion of taking care of cash right away. Then you have the portion of building your FICO score so that you are in a position where you can borrow more, or you can have a more stable financial situation. Here are the pros and cons of Dave. Pros: no credit check. The cons: they have a low cash advance fee. They actually charge you a low cash advance fee, so you can't actually escape that. And what about the cons? Express and external transfer fees apply. So if you want them to do express, this is kind of similar to what MoneyLion is charging you, right? If you want to have a fast delivery, Dave is also charging you for it. And with Dave, the business model is a little different, because there is a monthly membership fee. So what I'm trying to say here is that, they're not really checking your credit, that's for sure. They're not really charging you too much in terms of interest, that's for sure. But you are paying anyway in terms of the monthly fee they're charging you what they're charging you every month, whether it's $10 or $15 or $14, whatever they're charging you, is still considered, in our view, a fee. Number 3, we have here Chime. Our score 9.2/10. When you think about Chime, I want you to think about a bank, like a fintech, that's really there and helping you build credit, that's also helping you get your cash real quick, your emergency cash. Okay, so Chime is an innovative mobile app offering payment, let's say paycheck advances, fee-free banking, and other valuable financial tools. When you think about Chime, I want you to think about banking also, fee-free banking. And the cool thing is, if you have a check system profile, and big banks are kind of distancing themselves from you, you can really resort to Chime. For example, you can get paid up to 2 days early, or spend up to $200 more than you have available in your account without incurring overdraft fees with the Spot Me feature. Now, the thing is, you will need to receive direct deposits into a Chime checking accounts to use both features. So if they don't see your cash coming in, they're not going to grant you the cash that you need. Okay, so you need to set up direct deposit with the Chime. What we love about Chime in general is that they are very flexible. Also, they have a system of tools and capabilities that allow you to not only see how much you're making, but also they give you access to data analytics, so you know over time how much you are making, how much you're spending, what categories you are more likely to spend on, what's really eating away at your money, and how you can save more. Here are the pros and cons of Chime as a no credit check loan app that has got your back no matter what. The pros: no impact on your credit score, and you can access your paycheck sooner, or use Spot Me to avoid overdraft fees. What about the cons? Well, direct deposit is required. Now, this direct deposit is really a problem for some people. Now, when we talk about direct deposit, you don't have to deposit 100% of your paycheck. As a matter of fact, you can actually split your paycheck up to 3 bank accounts. So what you want to do here is that you can actually have, like, your regular bank, for example. your Bank of America, your Chase, your Truist, your PNC, and then you have a portion of your paycheck that goes to your Chime account. So instead of having the 100% amount that goes to Chime, you can have maybe 10%, 20%, or 30%. It really depends on your situation. So overall, this is kind of how you want to think about it, but it is really worth it. Number 2, we have Brigit. Our score, 9.7 over 10. So when we think about Brigit, what we love about Brigit is that here is an app, a no credit check loan app that constantly improves. They're constantly innovating. I mean, every time we check Brigit, they are still kicking ass like crazy. And this is just wonderful, okay? So Brigit is another money borrowing app that lets you borrow up to $250 without undergoing a hard credit check. So there is no hard credit check. Depending on the state you're applying from, you might have a soft credit pull, but there's no hard pull, okay? And you also will not pay interest or hidden fees on the amount you borrow. This is really cool because we love the fact that Brigit is very transparent in the way they manage their business. It's just wonderful. Brigit customers also get access to free credit reports, identity theft protection, and other financial tools to help level up their financial health. So you can see that Brigit is kind of helping, like they really got your back in terms of not only, fronting you the cash that you need, but also giving you access to tools, capabilities, and processes that will help you like improve your financial situation in the long run. This is just fantastic. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're still having a convo about the best no credit check loan apps that have got your back no matter what. So when we talk about Brigit, I have already mentioned the fact that they really are trying to help you out. Let's talk about the pros and cons here. Pros: no minimum credit score requirements. You have access to a suite of financial resources. This is really cool. This app wants you to succeed, monetarily speaking. This app wants you to succeed financially, like monetarily speaking, budget-wise, but also in life in general. They give you the tools for that. So those were the pros. What about the cons? Well, early cutoff time for same-day funding requests. So if you really you want to check the cutoff time if you want to apply with Brigit, because depending on the state you're applying from, you might have to apply early or later, depending on the cutoff times. And instant cash is only available with a monthly membership fee. So they are charging you anyway. Like they might say the interest is kind of low, but hey, listen, they are charging you a monthly membership fee. Number 1, the best of the best in our view when it comes to no credit check loan apps. They have got your back no matter what. We have Albert. Our score, 9.9 over 10. So honestly, Albert has everything that you need. Albert has they have the right service, the right capabilities, and customer service is really important. If you have a problem, you reach out to them. They'll get back to you real quick. And Albert also, we love their business model, being able to help customers. Being able to make money, but also help customers in the process. That's just very fantastic, okay? So Albert will lend you up to $250 until your next paycheck. So this Pay Advance app does not require a credit check, and you will not pay interest on the funds you borrow. Even better, in our view, Albert does not access late fees. They don't access late fees, even if you cannot repay the loan on time. Talking about flexibility, it's just fantastic. And let me quickly walk you through the pros and cons of Albert as a no credit check loan app that has got your back no matter what. The pros: no hard or soft credit check at all, no interest or late fees. So you really have a good proposition here. What about the cons? Fee applies to receive funds instantly. All the players on this list, they actually do that. So they assess fees if you want to get cash right away. So if you don't want to wait for like 1 day or 2 days, if you want to get the cash right away, they would just charge you extra. And another con that we don't like here is that you do have a 2 to 3 day disbursement period. So the thing about Albert is sometimes, depending on the state you're applying from, you might have to wait for it. You might experience a certain delay. But overall, the best thing to do here is that when you contact Albert, just make sure that when you sign up with the service, you contact their customer service to ask all questions before you even apply for a loan, because Albert has a specific system in place, and they change their system all the time. They constantly change their system. I mean, I think the best way to say this, they improve their system. So it's just better to give them a call so you have a clear idea of where they're at right now. Let me give you a decision here. So when we talk about no credit check, loan apps that have gotten your back, we're having a larger conversation about the pros and cons of money borrowing apps. Okay. So before you apply for funding through a money borrowing app, you need to consider the benefits and drawbacks to determine if this makes sense to move forward, right? Because I understand you are in a bind right now. You really need cash right away. But sometimes it just makes sense to think things through. You got to think things through. For example, let me quickly go give you the pros and cons here. The pros. A cash loan app is easily available, easily accessible, right? The application process is seamless, and you generally would not need good credit to qualify for funding. You also have fast funding times, so upon approval, some lenders will instantly deposit the funds into your checking account for a fee, of course, or within one business day. And it is less expensive than overdraft fees. So by securing a loan, you could avoid costly overdraft fees that would result if you didn't have the funds at your disposal. So you got to think about that. What about the cons here? Well, you do have hefty borrowing cost. So lender fees and the interest you pay on these loans could make them an expensive source of funding. This could be potentially addictive. So the ease of access to rapid funding times put you at risk of repeatedly relying on money borrowing apps when cash flow issues arise. And basically, another thing that we have found with cash borrowing apps is that they fail to address serious budgeting issues. Like if you find yourself constantly looking for ways to get some extra cash, that's because you haven't really solidified your budget at home. Okay. And so a money borrowing app could be a temporary solution to a more serious problem with your budget and spending habits. So it's really important to look at the root cause here and fix the cause, and not just fix the ancillary effects. To close to this conversation, let's quickly do an overview here so we have a clear idea. The thing is, before you actually go with you choose a no credit check loan app, you want to know how to compare them. So you want to think about how much does each lender charge to borrow? What is the interest rate? How about the APR? How much time does the lender give you to repay the money borrowed? Can you schedule the payments, or are they automatically drawn from your account on specific dates? And what are past and current customers saying about the app? Do the reviews indicate overall satisfaction, or is there a cause for concern? So those are things you need to really think about, okay? And one thing I want to say here also is that when we think about money borrowing apps, there are alternatives. There are other ways to secure fast cash. For example, you can get credit union loans. You can get small personal loans. You can get loans from relatives or friends. You can earn extra cash. Yeah, you can pick up a side hustle or work overtime to earn extra money. Okay, if the latter is not an option, you can give rideshare driving, food delivery services, babysitting, or other gigs with little to no startup cost a try. And you need to really understand that money borrowing apps are not payday lenders. They're not. I mean, from a regulatory perspective, they're not considered payday lenders. And you can get money instantly with money borrowing apps. Not a problem. It's just that you have to pay extra for it. You have to pay extra for it, and it really depends on, again, the state you're applying from, because banking is regulated at the state level. So depending on your state, you might give or take get your cash back within 2 to 3 business days. And if your state is more, I would say more stringent, or yeah, stringent will be the right word here, stricter if you will, then you might have to wait 3 to 6 business days to get your cash. Okay. But overall, it's really worth it. It's really worth it. And I'm not going to say that money borrowing apps are better than online personal loans. They are just like a money borrowing app, in our view, could make financial sense if your credit score is lower and you only need to borrow a small amount in the short term. Please, I want to remind you, I want to acquaint you with our loan evaluation approach. We do have a strong method on this show when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing loans here, including no credit check loan apps. Check this out. All right, let's quickly recap here. So, here are our top 6 no credit check loan apps that have gotten your back no matter what. Number 1, Albert, 9.9 over 10. Number 2, Brigit, 9.7 over 10. Number 3, Chime, 9.2 over 10. Number 4, Dave, 9 over 10. Number 5, MoneyLion, 8.9 over 10. And number 6, Possible Finance, 8.5 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.